Also going to Facebook Live it. So 1 second.
Okay.
Give me 1 minute to set this up. And then we'll start in a sec.
Hi, Bonnie. Hi, Abby. I'm just saying hi to Abby.
Okay. Just 1 second. Well, give me a sec. Computers are amazing. Okay. Perfect, guys. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start, guys. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Abby. Hey. Good to see you guys.
So great to see you guys here.
So we're going to, I know a lot of you guys watched the first one. Some of you are new. Welcome, Amin. So some of you are new. Some of you watched the first week. So I thought every session we'll introduce ourselves, Lynnette, just so that they know who we are. And then we'll jump into the process today. So you go first.
Me? Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Lynnette Brown. I come through to this work through the legal world. I was a trial paralegal and single mom and tired of living a life that felt incongruent, where basically I was crying every day at lunch. And so I walked away and found my natural calling, which is what I've been doing all my life. Is I'm a 5th generation intuitive and have been working with professionally as an intuitive and as a success coach for over 20 years. And what else? I teach intuition and money. Those are my kind of specialties, and business. I love to support people. My biggest goal here is to support all of you, even just in this webinar, to experience a little opening, a little awareness and connection with yourself and with the divine within you. So that's me. And that's my intention for today.
Love it. Hi, everyone. I'm Dr. Divi. I know most of you on the call. And I'm a family doctor by trade and graduated relatively young. As most of you know, I got actually quite sick, and regular medical model stuff would have given me temporary relief. And I was quite young at the time. I was 28 when I got sick. And that process of healing myself took me into the path of what I essentially do now. Took me down the path of yoga, meditation, which took me into intuition, which took me into doing intuitive readings along the journey I met Lynnette. And then I started teaching the work. As most of you know, I work with almost everybody on the call live, and I'm sure a lot of you will be watching the recording. And I'm actually super excited about tonight's call because we're going to be talking about the body. And what I discovered in my path was that healing was actually such a simple process once you found the nugget, once you found that one thing. And you know, people always think it's hard. It's not hard. It's the journey to kind of uncovering the nugget. Everybody who's going to listen to the call live or recorded are ready. They're ready. Lynnette and I have called in those of you who are ready. So you're here because you're ready for this. And as all of you know, we're doing a 6-part webinar. And so just to review, guys, last week we did energy. Today I'm doing mind, body, spirit. Next week, we're doing intuition, and I'll remind you at the end of the call, too, the times and everything are up there, but the intuition call is an hour early. It's at 5 o'clock PST, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and that's next Thursday. Not this Thursday, but next Thursday. Then the week after that, we're doing money, and so Lynnette's going to do an amazing process for us all to create money and open up to money. Then the week after that, we're doing light body, and the week after that, we're doing advanced business coaching. So this week and last week was more me teaching, Lynnette helping a lot with intuitive stuff and holding space and helping me teach this as well. In the next 4 weeks, she'll be teaching a little bit more. And so we kind of are helping each other out as we go. And that's how we teach the 1-year coaching program, is we're both on all the calls and we're both helping you guys to step into your magnificence and to step into who you truly are and to step into your power and to step into that who you are. So that's a bit about me. And course, we'll talk about the course later on, but anything else you want to add?
No, that was beautiful. I love it. I'm like, sign me up.
Awesome, guys. So, and if you didn't hear me earlier, grab a piece of paper and pen because I'm going to take you into a process on the body tonight. So tonight is mind, body, spirit. That's tonight's class. And we're going to put the emphasis on the body. And just to recap, last week we talked a lot about the mind voice and the spirit voice and how they are overlapped or not, and then create our emotions. And that's what's going to take us into the body. So even if you didn't see the call from last week, don't worry. We're both here to support you and help you in it. And just want to check in if there's any comments or questions before we start. Lynnette, do you want to throw anything out before we jump into the process?
No, just know that this is a really great sampling of part of what Divi is going to be teaching in the 12-month course. But also, you know, this process that she's going to go through is so incredible that when you really allow yourself to be present, you know, turn off your phone, put out, you know, let everybody be wherever they are, be present, give yourself the gift to be present right here in this moment so that you can enjoy this amazing experience with this great teacher.
Thank you.
That's all I'll add. Presence.
Awesome, thanks. And guys, the first part of the process tonight is going to be very interactive. So you're going to type in things because we're going to be unlayering things like belief systems, stories we have, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to encourage you to type in as we talk, because say Aman is like, well, that belief, and Angela never thought of that belief. And then Ursula's like, oh, wow, maybe I do have that belief. Because a lot of times we don't realize until we're in discussion. Okay.
Right.
So before the call, before we hit the record button, a couple of us were online just chatting about back issues and this and that and physical issues. So I'm just going to tell you, like, I'll weave my own story into my teaching tonight. And we're going to go into 2/1 meditations. It depends on how the guides download it to me as we go, probably 2. And you will need pen and paper, and the phones are off, and we're all present. So we're going to link everyone's energy together, and you're going to have an amazing hour. And Lynnette and I are also here to help you intuitively and on a deeper level to go deeper. So Abby, you type into the chat box, not into the Q&A, if that's awesome. So yeah, just type into the chat box as we go. So the body, I just want to remind you guys of a couple principles about mind, body, spirit medicine. The body is your vehicle. The body is your vehicle to take your soul through your life. Okay? Your body is your vehicle to take you and your divine, your personality through your life. The body is a temporary thing that's labeled and sized as it is. And we have all funny relationships with our body. Okay? And those relationships are formed from the time you're just a little one, right? And a lot of us who are on the call, not everyone, but a lot of us who are on the call are female. So a lot of us have, and men have them too, body issues, whether it be body weight issues, body esteem issues, you know, out of body experience issues. So body issues are not uncommon really to anyone in the world. Yet at the same time, I'm going to open up the concept that your body actually does love you. Your body is not trying to fight with you. Your body is not rebelling against you. Your body's not angry at your body. Your body is just your communication device. That's all it is. And it's literally carrying you around in life. And we've all created funny relationships with our bodies. And, you know, some of it's what we're taught. Some of it's our own thinking. Some of it's societal beliefs. And so a lot of unlayering the body is also about unlayering our beliefs. Okay? And when we really understand that the body is just a messenger and it's not beating us up, then we can be like, okay. And the next part to add to that is the body actually can heal instantly. The body can heal instantly. And most of us don't actually believe that. Most of us believe that to heal the body is a very slow, painful journey. But I want you to remember, thoughts become beliefs, and beliefs become reality. Okay? So all of those beliefs that we have are so ingrained into who we are that when you really get it, that the body can heal, then what's possible? So the body is a huge, huge, huge gift. So that's what I want you to really get in tonight's class. It's a gift. In the first part, we're going to be using more of our left brain. In the second part, we're going to be using more of our right brain. So in the first part, I just want to open up. If thoughts become beliefs, beliefs become reality. What could be some of the beliefs that you hold on to that may be impacting your body's ability to heal? So I'm just going to throw out a couple and then type them in as we go. So a couple that we're taught is, for example, family history. Okay, so I'll give you a small example. Out in life at different times, myself and Lynnette and Jocelyn were talking about this before the call. We're going through different things, right? Rosemary and we were all talking about it. And, I've been going through some stuff lately. And so yesterday I woke up with last night I was going to bed, I had this tiny little cold sore on the tip of my tongue. And that tiny cold sore is like, okay, there's a tiny cold sore there. And I used to get tons of cold sores when I was, teenager, young adult. But there was a very strong belief system because my mom got them, my sisters got them, and they didn't think anything other than you just get them. So I had this cold sore yesterday, tip of my tongue. And I went through actually the process I'm going to be teaching tonight. And I went through the actual work and I woke up this morning and it's gone. And what if the body can actually shift on and off simply by our energy? So for example, the one I'm showing you tonight that may harbor that is belief systems. So I want you guys to type in, what other belief systems could you be having that are stopping you from completely stepping into healing or shifting into that place? Let me know what you guys come up with. What other beliefs do you guys have? And I've got a whole bunch that are just pouring in. So karma. Oh, that's a good one. So Lynnette, if you want to speak back to these, that would be awesome. Karma. She writes karma. Genetics.
Okay. Do you want me to? Okay.
Yeah,
there's always a price to pay for getting what you want, Jocelyn says.
So yeah, the guide said, bring Lynnette into this. Karma.
Okay, so when you're talking about the belief systems of this aspect of the beliefs of you want me to speak to the intuitive aspect of
speak to the intuitive side of karma and genetics, especially the word karma, because Amin and I are both East Indian. So like from the intuitive side, how would you just, like how Hindus and Indians believe that karma world, right? Because it's big in our world.
Right, exactly. What goes around comes around kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right? So in universal law, right, like attracts like. In the world, universal law of polarity, both ends of the stick, right? Karma is just the way that we want to explain contrast. I must have done something. I'm burning. I used to joke all the time. Oh, well, thank God. Hopefully I'm burning karma. I used to literally say that. And I realized, wait, hold on a second. Karma is a belief system. It's whether it's, again, choice.
Yeah.
Right? Did I answer your question?
You did. And so just to piggyback on that about the karma, so ditto on the karma, genetics. So and for anyone else who has that genetic family history theory, if you've read any of Bruce Lipton's work, Bruce Lipton is a scientist who's done a lot of research on this, and we talk about this in the one-year course a lot, who's done a lot of research on the concept of genes turning on and off. So I come from a very strong genetic history of this, that, the other thing, and I'm sure you do too, right? So, and everybody on the call. But Bruce Lipton's work is that it's not, so yes, it may be passed on by a gene, but we, by the direction of our consciousness and focus, which is what we're going to be doing tonight, we can either turn that gene on or turn that gene off. Turn that gene on or turn that gene off. So for example, just a couple examples. For example, very common in the East Indian community is heart disease, both in women and men. And a lot of times in men especially, we're not allowed to feel, or we're not allowed to show our emotions, feel our emotions. But how do you break that? Is you show and feel those emotions. You allow yourself, right? So genetically possibly handed down, but can that gene be turned off and on? So awesome, guys. What else do we have?
Jocelyn said there's always a price to pay for getting what you want. Now that's a belief system. That's a big one, right? That means you're going to pay for it one way or the other. So either if something good's happening, that means something bad's going to happen, or your body's going to pay, or it's going to always offset. Again, feels a lot like karma, right? Balancing of the scale. There's no scale to balance, folks.
And then the next one is, once you've made your maid, you need to lie, or once you've made your bed, I guess, you need to lie in it. That's the way it is. That would be made. Okay. Once you made your bed, you need to lie in it. And the beautiful thing about thought, Bonnie, is that energy can change like that. So it's sort of similar to the karma thing, right? Energy can change like that. And, it's so powerful what you typed in, but so many of our clients, including us, right? Including us, we're always looking at these and unraveling them and going, oh, that was easy.
It never is done. It's never over, right? I think we might have skipped the need for someone else to love you to feel, Abby, I think it says, the need for someone else to love you to feel fully content.
Yeah.
Ooh. That also brings up for me that whole conversation around value. If I'm valuable, let me make myself valuable to others by doing either acts of service or things so that, I'll be valuable. I'll be seen. That's powerful. That is a really good one.
And Abby, I'm going to add to that. A lot of us pick up those in childhood too. So I'm valuable because I'm taking care of my parents. I'm valuable because I'm the peacekeeper at home. And we take that, and when you guys do the year course, we talk about these sub-personalities, shadows, and then we spend our whole life trying to please people and make it better for them. And we're only as good as, us fixing a problem, because our value when we're younger was determined, and it's very subconscious. We don't consciously go out saying, I'm going to do this, right? But it's part of what we've picked up, part of our experience. So that's really great. Awesome, Abby. What else do we have here?
And especially, those of you who are, on the call, those of you who are light workers, who are wanting to make a difference, who want to be of service of some way, want to transform, who are seeking transformation. That's a big part of it too, right?
Right. We did Bonnie's, and then Jocelyn writes, love him.
Yeah. Lipton. Yeah.
And agrees, yes, about the karma. Cholesterol is due to butter, so it's those beliefs in our culture. Yeah, 100%.
Right.
100%.
Right.
Sharon says, one belief is, I see as if I don't work out enough, I don't eat the right things or take the right supplements, then I will get sick and fat. Wow, Sharon, that's
a good one.
Wow, that's a really good one. And
it's really you see how structured that is, right? It's like jump through this hoop, jump through that hoop, jump through this hoop, jump through that hoop, right, Divi?
It's so true, and it's so masculine. And I mean, I know there's a lot of people from all over the place here, a lot of Vancouverites, and in Vancouver, I mean, I'm sure it's in other cities. We have it's a predominance of holistic nutrition. There's a lot of holistic nutritionists on the call. It's awesome, guys. It's awesome. But in that dogma, it's just dogma. Naturopaths have dogma. Medical doctors have dogma. It's just beliefs. Nothing wrong. Okay,
everybody does. Everybody.
I have to take this supplement so that I have to step how many steps. I have to climb so many stairs. Right. So there's such a masculine thing there. And in my own personal body, my own personal experience, that masculine energy tightens my fascia like that. It just makes me go cringe because I'm never doing it right. Right? So what I wonder, Sharon, especially if it's related to weight and how we're feeling and our ability to metabolize, is that fight or flight or fear that we put ourselves through then creating more of a havoc, right?
Yeah. And then she writes, the need to be accepted by others, peer, coworkers, family, friends.
That's a different Sharon. Yeah, that's exactly.
That's a different Sharon. Sorry, other Sharon.
Yeah, you got it, Sharon. That's big, right? It's like
that exception, that value, and just that pat on the back. I mean, we're trained from the time we're itty bitty. Mommy claps. Good girl, good boy.
Right? And something I want to add here. If any of you guys, when you do the one-year course, one of the required readings is Anatomy of Spirit by Carolyn Mest. One of the reasons I put that as a required reading is because she talks a lot about how until we start to unroot our grounding energy, our first and second chakra stuff from our tribal families, we'll always be stuck in this. So some tribal families, depending on the culture you come from, and I know there's a lot of comments, guys, but they want me to speak about this. And it's going to loop to a point that I'd written down before we're going to speak tonight.
And we'll answer all you guys, okay?
Yeah, don't worry, we'll get there.
We're going to get to everybody.
We have lots of time. So a lot of the tribal family stuff that a lot of us come from come to keep us in powerlessness. And powerlessness keeps us unabled, or what we call disabled, right? So
right.
When we step into that, so some of us get ill because it fits that same vibration that we're stepped into. Is that fair to say? Like it's like we it's all we know how to do because that's what we're taught. Right? So and when you guys go through the process with me tonight, we're going to pull the cord of that piece. We're going to start to pull that and see if we can unravel it. It's awesome.
For my culture, like here, it's, in the South, it doesn't get cold that often. So when the winter comes, oh my gosh, it's cold and flu season. So there's advertising everywhere. People, and I'm sure Kleenex purchases go through the roof, right? It's all around. Oh, that's why I'm trained. I'm trained to think that that's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So my body follows suit.
So Jan writes, I'm trying to monitor my thoughts becomes control, and like attracts like. So this is manipulation then. Exactly. Bang on.
Big mind manipulation.
Lorraine says, I'm older and wiser, and I know what's best for you. That's a good belief.
My daughter loves that one because sometimes that one comes out in me big time.
Yeah.
She'll have this.
Chantel writes a really good one. A friend of mine works with young children and is always sick and believes that children transmute germs that make her constantly ill. And it's just a belief.
Mm-hmm.
Kids will get sick often, in my own experience, and intuitively, and this is what I've always sensed, is because they're such sensitive beings, and the parents are going through this stuff, and kids will use their physical body to clear the stuff from the parents. And I know a lot, like when I worked as a family doctor, parents who were finally getting it were like, when I'm stressed, my kid gets an ear infection. When I'm stressed, but that took a while for the parents to get that two and two together, that their kid is responding to their stress.
Same thing happens with your animals too.
Yeah.
Your dogs, your cats, exact same thing. And hospital too. Ever, go to a hospital, get sick. Well, you're around that energy, that belief.
Totally. Amin writes, another belief system is having a weak immune system. So what I want you to imagine, we're going to go into the process in a bit here. When you go to sleep at night and you stop that momentum, we talked about this last week, your body actually gets a chance to reboot. It's only when you wake up and you grab those thoughts and start to spiral them down that you throw off the immune system, the skeletal system, the circulatory system. But your body is actually a natural regenerator. And I can say that and stand on the stage and speak it. But in my own experience, you have to experience it to really believe it. And as I sit in front of you as a physician, I can tell you I've experienced it so many times, from last night shifting my cold sore, from 3 days ago shifting pain. And it literally is like that once I find the nugget. So this is so good, guys. Daniel writes in, I have the same belief. Awesome. Yes, that's an example. Yeah. Oh, Abby writes an amazing book. Love her book. You guys are great. Kathy writes in, no one of opposite sex or gender love me, therefore I must be unlovable.
There's a lot of us, especially as women, I can speak to it for myself, especially as a woman, is that focus on the masculine, that connection, that it molds everything, right? Your brother, your father, that whole conversation feeds into how you see yourself. And that's really powerful, Kathy. Thank you for sharing that. And that's a great one to dig into.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a lot of these tonight.
I know.
I'm so surprised that there's all these messages. Lorraine writes, my older and wiser comment came from my second husband. Jan writes, layering truth over something negative is basically fear.
Oh, 100%.
Believing I'm moving from love can feel hard to always be known. So to discern, ?
Believing I'm moving from love can feel hard to always be known. How can it, if you're, I don't know if I'm clear of what she's asking.
I'm not either, actually.
Jane, can you ask that question again, darling? I'm not clear.
So I got a yes, Divi. Compromising the system is my belief, especially in connection to skin problems. Awesome. Oh, I think we've cut. Oh no, I don't know if we've cut up yet. Yeah, I think we've cut up. So, okay, I think we're good. Okay, perfect. So Jan, if you want to type that in. So yeah, as Jan types in. So you guys are doing awesome. So what I want you to play with is beliefs are just thoughts that are repeated over and over again. But those beliefs can sometimes stop us. So a very common belief I alluded to a few minutes ago was that belief of ability or not ability. I'm, disability, ability, right? So the words, you guys have all heard this. Each of you have heard of Wayne Dyer, read some of this stuff. What we say, I am something, impacts us so phenomenally. So when we do the process in a bit, I want you to pay attention to the words that your body is speaking to you. I am what? What did Jan write? How do I know when I'm moving from love? Even when I feel like it's something, sometimes it's just layering.
So when you come from love, unconditional love, there's nothing else in the space. There's peace, there's tranquility, acceptance, forgiveness. So anytime, and when there's love, there's peace. So when we want to, sometimes, and this is the case, I like to refer this as the Southern way because I'm Southern. I can say that we used to go, well, honey pie, like you could say anything to anyone as long as you said sweetie, honey, or, you could insult someone as long as you like put a layer of sugar on it, right? And you can layer something with love, but you want to realize what's your intent? Where are you coming from? What is your focus? Does that make sense?
Yeah, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So the next part of it that I want you to understand about your body is your body actually can talk to you. Okay, so your body actually has a voice and can talk to you. So the body has a communication device, but most of the times in our head that we don't always listen. Okay, so the body is actually talking to you. Right? So when the shoulder hurts, it's like you're taking too much on, or when your back hurts. So the other part that often happens in terms of that conditioning and belief systems, Lynnette talked about the cold and the flu system and so on, the immune system, and you were talking about that. What I open you up to is that conditioning is so, so deeply rooted, we don't even realize it. But what I want to open up to you is that your body is so, so powerful. And like Lynnette was just saying about love, when you sprinkle it with love, anything is possible, anything. And your body actually wants to talk to you. And the only way it knows to talk to you is create a discomfort, or create a this and create a that. And so like we were talking with Jocelyn and Rosemary before we started, another thing that causes people to kind of be a bit overwhelmed by mind, body, spirit is they'll look at the x-rays, they'll look at the MRIs, and they'll see it in front of them. And they'll be like, well, that's out of place. So that must explain my pain. Guys, in all of my years, it's been I graduated class of 93, so it's 24 years that I graduated from medical school. As a physician, one of the reasons I got into this work was because it actually didn't make sense. You would have the same two patients have the same exact surgery, and one would get better and one wouldn't. And why? It never made any sense to me. But it was the only way I started to understand energy and energy medicine and emotions that it all made sense. Now, everything, and I'm saying capital everything we're saying, everything with a capital E, applies to every physical thing in your body, from a cancer to a pain, including that which is a traumatic injury. Because for some reason people, and it's okay, some people put like a traumatic injury, like a car accident or a fall off a ladder, into like a different box. Okay? What this process is referring to, the 99.9% of us who are born healthy and well. That's what this process is referring to. Got it? So if you had a car accident or trauma, that accident had an energy to it, and that energy is stuck in your body. So until you start to look at the energy, you're always going to be chasing your tail. Make sense, guys? So the other piece that I want you to get into when we get into the body in a second here is that it's all about love. That's all it is. It's just love. And when you tap into that love, That is how you heal. And the answer is not up here in the mind. It's in here. Remember, the body is a messenger. And the last thing I'm going to say before I'm going to get your paper out and pen out is that there's a really important piece before we go into meditation. The vibration of a question is different than the vibration of an answer. Okay, so this is what I mean by that. Let's just say my shoulder hurts. I'm going, why do you hurt shoulder? Why do you hurt shoulder? Why do you hurt shoulder? Do you think I'm going to get an answer? Nothing that's going to help me. Do you see that? Because I'm stuck on the vibrational question. The other way to think about it is, do you ever lose your keys? Like, you know when you lose your keys and you can't find your keys? Your keys are lost, you're not going to find your keys. It's only when you give up the conversation of the keys and you get off the topic and you get this hit or a sense to go look for your doll. You go look for the doll of your child and, oh, there your keys are. Because the universe is trying to give you the answer. So there it is. The vibration of the question is different than the vibration of the answer. And that's really huge to get when we really understand that when we go into this meditation, you're going into your head going, what's the answer? What's the answer? What's the answer? Then you can't get there. So so grab a piece of paper and pen if you haven't done so already. And
it's really quick. Kathy says, I can't write them at the gym waiting on an 8-year-old little girl. That's okay, Kathy.
That's okay, Kathy. Just be present, and you could either type this into your phone or you could just have a mental thing in your head. So in a second, Lynnette, I am going to share. This is going to sound weird. I'm going to share our screen. So in a second, I'm going to shift screens so they can see something different. So give me one sec, guys. Crazy how you can do this. So give me one sec, guys. So okay. So on your piece of paper, I want you to dive it up into 4 columns. Okay. I did this so you guys can see it, but write this on your piece of paper. So it's 4 columns, okay? And I'm not going to tell you what's in the last column yet, okay? Or else in the meditation, you'll be going to the last column. I'm not going to tell you what's here, okay? In the first column, you're going to write body part. The second column, you're going to write emotion. Third column, you're going to write thought, okay? So again, body parts in your first column, emotions in the second column, and the thought or the mind is in the third column. And leave a 4th column because we're going to address that. Now, guys, when we go through the meditation, we're back on. When we go through the meditation, if you're not accessing it, Lynnette and I are here to help you, okay? We're here, and if you are accessing it, if you're accessing the 3 columns, awesome. And if you're not, don't worry. Lynnette and I are here to help you. And please, if you guys can hold off on the questions until I take you into the process, because there's actually 2 processes, and I'll tell you when to start typing again. And there's a reason for it. The reason is actually so that you can all stay in your right brains, because sometimes you'll open your eyes and you'll read what Jody wrote, right? So hold off on questions for now because I want you as long as you can to stay in your right brains. So before we start, does anyone have any questions before we get? Don't worry about the paper. Don't worry about what you're going to type in or write in. It's all going to make sense as I go into meditation, okay? So just want to make sure there's no comments or questions before we start. Nope, I think we are good. Awesome, guys. Close your eyes. And just settle into your body. Let me just put some gentle music on here in the background. Give me a sec here. Close your eyes and just begin to breathe. Settle into your body. Just get into a relaxation space in your body right now. As you just settle in and breathe in and out. As you close your eyes, go right into your body. Allow yourself to get comfortable and relaxed. Shift your body around a little bit. Maybe align your forehead over your chin, over your throat. Taking a breath in and a breath out. Begin to relax and get easy. Breathing in and breathing out. With every inhale, maybe feel your spine elongate a little bit. And with every exhale, feel it as a letting go kind of breath. Beginning to relax, relax, and relax. Allowing yourself to settle feel easy and comfortable with no effort. Allowing yourself with every breath to tune inside, to pay attention to your inner world, and allow the outer world to be. And when you are ready, see yourself in a beautiful place in nature. This beautiful place may have trees. Maybe there's waterfalls or grass or animals. Allow yourself to set this beautiful place exactly as you would like it. The temperature is beautifully set, just right for you. As you place yourself in the scene, begin to take a tour of your body and take a deeper sense into yourself and what you may be feeling. Begin first by placing your attention to your fingers, moving the gaze of your attention up to your hands, to your forearms, upper arms, and finally into your shoulders. Taking a few deep breaths in and out, allowing yourself to focus on these body parts. If you're feeling any tension here, your shoulders, your arms, your forearms, simply pause and be in the body part. What and where do you feel the tension? What does it feel like? What emotion may be trapped here? Allow the first emotion to come to your mind. Simply sit in this body part and in this feeling. If nothing is coming to your mind, try not to go searching for it. Just be in the body part. Now let's move your way from your shoulders, moving now into your upper back, your mid back, and your lower back. Focusing on those deep, slow breaths. Explore each of these body parts with your breath. And allow yourself to be in your body. If there's any tightness or tension, just be in that energy. As you be in that energy, notice what emotion may be stuck here. Allow the emotion to show up. Breathing in and out. As you be that emotion, you may notice thoughts that are related to that emotion. Just notice them. Take deep, slow breaths in and out. Now bring your focus to the front of your body. Feel your face, your scalp, your neck, and your head. Simply be the experience of your face. As you be your neck, your face, your temples, your jaw, your teeth, just notice and breathe in and out. As you do, notice if there's any tension or discomfort. Noticing maybe there's an emotion there. Again, if no specific emotion is coming up, don't worry. Just breathe in and out. Now begin to bring the awareness to your upper chest, your shoulders, your heart, your lungs, your breast area, just all to that front body. Deep belly breath in and out. Again, notice, is there tightness or pain, discomfort or tension? Simply be in the body parts. What do you notice? Is there an emotion coming up? Again, if there is or not, no big deal. Just be the experience. And now let's move our attention and focus to the stomach area. Stomach, the abdomen, all what you call your gut. And just notice what's happening here. Observe it. Again, your body is speaking to you. What emotion, what is it trying to say? Remember, the question and answer are different. See if you can sit back and be present to the feeling that's here. Notice and be aware. Take a few more breaths. Now perhaps you're further back on the face or the chest. That's okay. Join us when you're ready to move on. And when you're ready, move now the attention to your hips, your thighs, your legs, your knees, and your feet. And again, just notice and be aware. What is the emotion that is here? Can you feel it? There may be thoughts there too. Just notice them. Take deep, slow breaths in and out. Now, as you scan the whole body, are there any body parts or any areas connected to the body that you haven't scanned quite yet? Go ahead, focus there, and notice what you find. Deep, slow breath in and out. Now, some of you are working on certain body parts, just spending more time in the stomach or in the back, and that's cool. Just stay where you are. Most of you have gone through the scan and are pretty comfortable. Once you've gone through the scan and feel like you're complete, then gently, when you're ready, re-emerge into the brighter room. Take out your paper and pen and begin to fill out the columns if something came up. If nothing came up, don't worry about it, but only fill out what came up. You may not have to fill out all 3 columns. Maybe you felt in your knee some fear, don't know what the thought is. That's okay. Maybe in your back there was a thought but couldn't figure out the emotion. That's okay. Just fill out what you got. So I'll give you guys a few minutes to do that. And before we open up to questions, we're going to take you into the last column, but I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to fill out what you got from the meditation.
If you have any questions, feel free to post them and I'll.
Yeah, then I'll take care of any questions while I take you guys into the next part.
Yeah, so
if you have them.
In the trance space.
Yeah. And if you're feeling like you're almost complete, I'll give you guys another minute or two. Good. Really good. You guys are doing amazing.
You can feel it.
You feel it? You can't get this wrong, guys. You guys are doing so good. Oh my God, it got hot.
I know.
You feel it? All right, good. Most of you guys are complete. A couple more breaths. Okay. Now in the last column, if you feel pretty complete on the first 3 columns, the last column, I'm going to encourage you to label your spirit voice and affirmation. Okay. So the last column is labeled spirit voice and affirmation. So stay in the meditative space. Guys, we talked about last time, when the mind is thinking something, one thought, spirit is thinking something different, that's when it creates an emotion of discord. So what I want you to do is I want you to look at what you've written down. Say you've written down, I'm making this up, that your back has fear. The thought says, I'm not good enough. Let's just say. Then what I want you to do is pause, close your eyes, go back into meditation, listen to the crystal balls and your breath. What could your inner being be saying that's different than I'm not good enough? What spirit voice could be speaking to you? And it might be something simple as, I am enough. And from that spirit voice thought, you will create an affirmation. So again, my voice is going to quiet, and I want you to read in your head what you've written. I want you to tell yourself, if this emotion doesn't feel good, my inner being's thinking something different. And see what you can get. Take a few minutes to do this. And if you're stuck or want some help, and I know a lot of you, not a lot, but some of you do, in a few moments is the time to type it in, and Lynnette and I will help you to process through what this is. Coming up with the affirmation is very helpful as like, oh, I am good enough. This is safe.
I am safe.
I am safe. I am allowed, or whatever. And so we're here to help you with that 3rd column and the whole thing. So please type in and tell us how you guys are, because right now it's quiet space. I can feel you guys, but let me know how you guys are. Anyone stuck, or you guys all got this?
Everybody's got it.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Okay.
On mine says bottom body.
What does that mean? My emotion was hopeless.
Oh, go ahead.
No, my emotion was hopeless, she writes. So Aman said, my emotion was hopeless. So let's go there. So Aman, let's help you come up with a spirit voice. Does that make sense? So her emotion is hopeless. I'm not sure what the bottom body part meant, but that's okay. Yeah, I'm saying that's okay. So what Aman could possibly be the spirit voice? I keep getting that you are capable, that you are more than enough, that you are powerful. Oh, her thought was lost in direction.
Okay. So that would be like a lack of clarity, right?
Yeah.
So not feeling clear.
Yeah.
So that could be something as simple as, I'm willing to be open to clarity.
And what I
you start those affirmations, that willing part is all, it's just I'm willing to be open to allow that. Right? Go ahead, Dee.
She writes yes. And so with the affirmation, it's not like Lynnette was just saying, it's gently going there. In my own experience, in my own body, when I teach this to clients, when they're in the vibration of the spirit, and that's why I have the crystal music, which I'm going to take off now, when they're in the emotion of spirit and they come up with that new affirmation, it's like almost instantly, but if they say it to themselves a few times, that body part lets go. And to me, that's telling you you're there. But sometimes what I want you guys to get, here's the pen, okay? So I'm in hopeless, don't know my path, and then what Lynnette just said. But sometimes it's too big of a jump. So you've got, and if it's not landing, you've got to find something closer.
Right. Like even just being open to having something different.
Yes. And so say that to yourself, and then let us know how that feels. Let me read these one at a time back up here.
You see Julie's? Julie says, the one body part I felt the most pain was my solar plexus. Not sure why. Do you want me to take that?
It's yours.
Julie, baby, when I tune into you, when I saw your message while Divi was finished, I felt your solar plexus, and they're showing me that what's happening here is this is a part where you're holding so much of your fear. And I don't know if you're having trouble with digestion or not, but they're showing me that you're having trouble simulating your life into this work. And part of it is because you're holding all of this in your tummy. This, it feels like anxiousness, and it feels like this big old, it feels like a big old ball, like a big old softball, like a knot. Like it doesn't feel right, like it's not safe. Is that any of that hitting you, Julia? What did you say?
Let's see if she typed in yet.
So that could be something as simple. So the spirit voice could be something as simple as, I am safe. The universe has my back. I'm willing to feel good.
Julie wrote, you hit the nail on the head. I know, Julie, which is why I threw that one to you.
Oh, okay.
I don't know everybody here, but I know almost everybody. That's why I threw that one to you.
Okay.
Because I wanted, she's heard me say it before, so that was awesome.
Okay.
You hit right in the head, honey. Okay. So yeah, so coming up, and it doesn't have to be like a solid affirmation, but something, I always find something to hold on to that your inner being's saying, and that's the whole idea of this process is.
I went through this. I went through the process again. This is like you're never done, right? So I'm holding the space for you guys, and I'm seeing it for myself. And one of the things that came up was I was having a little thing in my back. I was like, well, what is this? And it's like, oh, you gotta always watch your back. You gotta always watch your back. And it's like, no, you don't. The universe has my back.
There you go.
So my affirmation is like, the universe has got my back. Right?
Nice. So these are all good. Kathy writes, I am more than enough. Awesome.
I love that. I'm a positive force.
We did on this. Here's Danya. So I'm going to give you some of these because I know Danya.
Okay.
Danya writes, I'm just like telling you. Danya writes, for my stomach, my emotion was shame. Not as good as worthless than others.
Oh, honey. I can feel that that's been since you were itty bitty. And I want to just say I'm sorry. I want to apologize on behalf of humanity. I want you to know that I feel like I need to tell you that all the things that you've experienced is why you're here. And you're ready. It's this feeling and this shame in your stomach is like, I'm not going to be enough when I get out there. I've got this burning desire, but I'm not enough to have it. So it's like, I want to say, I don't know if you've heard about that Superman pose. You stand in power, like Superman does with your chest out, right? Power pose, right? I want to see you standing in that Superman pose and saying, yeah, I'm enough. I'm enough.
Kathy writes in, my emotion, anger, resentment is in my upper torso, mainly gut, solar plexus. Forgiveness is a process. I am enough. I am a positive force. I can overcome. Being open is an awesome. So.
Okay, but because I'm a nitpicker and I don't step over anything, I'm gonna call you back, Kathy, and say, I can overcome that struggle. I got to overcome this. No, darling, everything that you've experienced, everything we've all experienced has brought us to this point. Couldn't be any other way. So I don't need to overcome the stress of my move that's coming up, right? No, I'm just going to be present. I'm going to be open. I'm going to be flexible. I'm going to listen. Okay, I love you.
I'm just going to pause for a quick sec just so that they can get this part. So just quick timeout, pause. So guys, not everybody who does the Mind Body Spirit coaching actually coaches body, like the body part, right? But when, like what Lynnette and I are doing right now is holding that intuitive divine space. And so many of you are going like, yes, yes, yes. So then when you hold it for your clients, you hold it for yourself, you let it go like that, like that. And that's the power of this work. That's why I'm so aligned to working with Lynnette teaching this course, because the two halves go hand in hand. They kept saying, say it, say it, say it.
Well, and it's important too, right, Divi? Because it's like when somebody else witnesses you, it's kind of like when they talk about how prayer is more powerful and there's more than one person, right? It's like when someone witnesses you and holds you in this vibration and says, you know what? I know who you are. I see you doing this. I've got you. Yeah, you feel like you can move mountains, and you can, because there's that part of you that says, well, they see me doing it and I can do it.
So powerful. All right, so Angela writes in, tightness, heavy shoulders, emotion is heavy, frustration, question mark. I feel I carry a heavy burden. That is Angela, yeah. That I put on myself. Spirit voice says, let it go. But that to me is easier said than done. It's just a track.
So, Angela, what's the payoff for you to hold on to that pain? Because the only reason why we don't put things down is because we're getting something out of it. Sometimes because we are so accustomed to feeling bad, or because so accustomed to a patterned way of being that we don't have any other recollection. Like, I've never had black beans. I don't know what black beans taste like, right? And the other side of this is that, I'm going to take a breath. I love you. I'm going to be like Abraham. I love you, and you know what's coming up next. And they're saying it's time for you to acknowledge who you are and to stop running from that. And that's for every one of you. That's for all of us, right? But especially for you.
Awesome. Okay. Danya, who wrote in that thing a few minutes ago, where you were apologizing for her experience. Shania writes in, my thoughts are that I will never be as beautiful or have as much worth as the girls that are more beautiful than me.
Oh, baby, honey.
And that no one will love me as much as I love them.
They will. Because the more you love yourself, they can't help but love you, because all you're doing is oozing all that yummy, juicy love out. All your light, no matter how much darkness surrounds you, it cannot squelch your light. You can do this. Yes.
And just so you know, I know you know, but Kathy or Angela and Kathy are writing in. Thank you. Abby writes in, this is a good one. Abby writes in, upper back and heart. Emotion is anxiety. And she writes in, the thought is, I'm at a very different place in my life than others my age, and I don't relate to people.
You know, part of when we don't, so Abby, I see part of it is that you're really great, first of all, with animals. I don't know if you know this or not, but you're really great with animals, and you're really great with energy too. They're showing me. So if you want to do this kind of work, you could do energy work with animals. You could be an animal intuitive. You could, there's all kinds of things. And it feels to me like really your only hesitation is because you're not quite sure if you believe in yourself. There's this, can I do this? Whatever this is, and this is for all of us, right? Whatever X is, can I have this accomplishment? Can I have this money? Can I have this partner? Can I have this business? And they just want me to pound on my desk and say, yes, if you will get out of the way.
I'm going to just say as an aside, I had a session with Abby the other day, and I told her about these calls, and I told her she's so intuitive and so gifted, and I said, you got to hear that from Lynnette. So I said, when you type in, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. Did I say that to her? I mean, did I?
Okay. You said it. You're like, did I say it? Jocelyn, thank you, Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, I love this. Okay, back pain, anger. This isn't my fault. My path is my own to follow. Keep hearing
that's from Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Back pain, anger. This isn't fair. My path is my own to follow. You're right, baby. It's not fair. And I'm going to tell you, like my mom told me, who ever told you it was going to be? That's just some Southern stuff, right? But it is fair because all the contrast you've been through, all the trauma and all the stuff that you've been through is going to allow you to be on that platform, to have that voice, to make a difference for all the other women in the world, for all the other people who couldn't speak up for themselves, for you when you couldn't speak up for yourself. And you will be that voice if you say yes. And the reason why your body is stopping you is because you're afraid of saying yes. And I feel that. And I love you dearly.
When you give yourself permission, Jocelyn, it's going to let go like that.
Yeah.
It's like, I just keep seeing it unraveling like that.
Yeah.
Sharon writes in, body parts, stomach, emotion, guilt, and fear. Thought, I am useless. Spirit voice says, you have worth. Yeah, you have worth. And do you believe that? Do you allow yourself to take that in?
Not just I have worth, I am worthy. Not I have it, I am it. Baby, that's really important for you. It's not out there. It's right here. This is inside of you. This glorious light, this beauty, this amazing expression of divine source asking for you to be the personal expression. And your stomach's hurting because you want to go. But your ego, your logical brain is going, not safe.
Amma writes in, back pain, fear, family, I am enough.
You are. You're more than enough. You get that? You're a rock star. You're a rock star. And I know that you don't feel that way. I can see that. I can see that you feel like, I keep hearing damaged goods, not whatever enough. Well, we all have that part of us where we believe that we're not enough. You are all that in a bag of chips. My girlfriends we used to tell each other, you're all that in a bag of chips, girl. Embrace that beauty that you are, please.
So when you re-listen to everyone's hits, there's actually a thread that throws through all of it.
Oh, really? Cool.
I
wasn't even paying attention. I was just...
It's all in here. It's all in the divine. It's all in your presence of who you are and the choice of that. I'm in Cincy Heart. Bonnie writes in left shoulder. Oh, wait, sorry. Left shoulder. Just dropped down.
Skipped up. Yeah, hold on.
Left shoulder pain. She writes anger. I'm so pissed. And then she writes, I am capable. It's a big jump.
Okay, yeah, but yeah, I am pissed and I am capable.
Yeah.
Capable speaks totally to being pissed off. Well, I'm capable.
Yeah.
So that anger, it's that, that whole energy that speaks to why you're angry. Can you allow it to move through you? Can you forgive it? The reason for the anger. I see it. And yes, it's totally valid. You can get all kinds of proof that says you have every right. But that does not help your body. And I had a coach used to tell me, it's really crazy. If you're trying to kill somebody by taking poison, right? You taking poison isn't going to impact anybody else but you. So you're beyond capable, baby. You are love.
And then Chantel writes, I'm holding a lot of fear in various parts of my body. Fear of success, fear of failure, connecting and being seen. For the most part, it also relates to my fear of wasting my potential and letting everyone, including myself, down. Too much pressure. I'm not sure how to write an affirmation that encompasses all of those fears.
So to encompass all those fears, so what universal law of polarity, right? Fear, love. They can't coexist, right? So take a look at that. I mean, it's like your fear of success is really about you letting go and saying, wow, I can let myself have this. Because, girl, you're slotted for big stuff. So stop screwing around. I'm sorry. You guys are going to get to know me. When it comes through like that, hey, I'm just the pipeline, right? When it comes through like that, it's like really clear. You know this. And they're telling me, I'm not wagging my finger at you like you're a bad girl. It's more, you know this. And let's go. I love you. Keep moving.
You guys are doing awesome.
How does that feel, Chantel? Did that sit? I'll be glad when they're all on the thing so I can just...
I know. She said it feels a bit overwhelming. It is. It'll be nice when you guys do the class because then we have all your faces up. We're just not doing it because a lot of people who you don't know might be watching us. So
overwhelming. So here's the thing. Overwhelmment is split energy. So when you're making the turn, you're shifting your energy from fear to love, right? It can't happen. It can happen instantly, but you have to realize you're trying to get your brain, as Abraham says, to turn the train around. Right? So how about just being in the space like I'm open to feeling love? Does that help, Chantel?
I keep also hearing I'm just open to my divine potential. I'm open to my divinity. Get as general as you can. Because when we try to go super specific, and she says, yeah, it does help a bit. Because when we go too specific, it nosedives us.
That's like, yep, that's why I love the just I am.
Yeah, super simple.
I am love, I am peace, I am whatever.
And the only reason I had you guys write your spirit voice column with an affirmation is not so you have to get super specific, but just so you can feel the resonance of those words. And, you know, the themes, no matter how many clients I work with, from everything from back pain to cancer to heart disease to this and that, is always comes back to I am. I am. That's it. And when we go back to that, I am love, I am divine potential, I am. And then it's all the other screwy neural pathways that throw us way off. But my question to you guys is, what if healing is as simple as that? What if that's all it is? And everything else, like Sharon was typing in, the, you know, do I take the vitamins? Do I da-da-da-da-da-da? All that is great if we're inspired to. So part of the Mind, Body, Spirit coaching program is that we teach you how to take that power back in here, because that's who you are. But I want you to also understand, one of the reasons that's part of the course is because when you get out there creating your business or doing whatever you're doing for whatever you're up to, when your body's speaking to you, rather than slotting your body into a different category, you know, I need to make time to fix it. The body is actually your instrument or your vehicle for your manifestation. And when you get that and you start to work with it in that way, so much is possible, so much. So that's why I want to do a section on body. So I want to check in how you guys feel before we do a bit of a wrap up and see if there's any questions or where you guys are at.
And I want to acknowledge we went over. I apologize for you guys over.
Yeah, I want to acknowledge that. So sorry, guys. But I just want to check in if there's any questions or how you guys are feeling. Okay. Awesome. Okay.
Good.
Awesome. So we are together again next Thursday, the 30th, I think. So I'm just double check the dates here. It's the 30th. But we're getting together at 5 o'clock Pacific, 5 o'clock. And we're doing intuition. So Lynnette's going to take us into processes to harness our intuition. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm so glad. That was amazing. Awesome. Thank you. So if you want to tell your friends, show up on the call, we'll be going through processes. And also this meditation we did tonight, repeat it. Sit with it. You remember the vibration of a question is different than the vibration of an answer. So sometimes the answer won't come in because your keys are still lost, right? So play with that. Awesome. So good to see you guys.
And next week when for the intuition part, I want you guys to be really wide open and it feels important. Just feels important to tell you. Well, I'm just excited. It's like I can feel it already. I'm sorry. I was like, bring paper and pen. That's good. Bring paper and pen.
Awesome. So. All right, you guys are good.
Have
fun, guys. Enjoy your week. See you, Lynnette.
Right. Bye, honey. Love you.
Bye, guys. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. Happy Thanksgiving for those of you in the U.S.
American Thanksgiving. That's right.
American Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Canadian American. Thank you.
I know. You guys are just ahead of us. We should do it when you do it.
I know. You're welcome, Rosemary. See you guys. Have fun.
Bye. Love you all. Take care.
Love you all.
Bye.
Take care.